Hey everybody, welcome back. Northernlion plays a Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, building a little streak. One foot in front of the other. Sorry, swallowed down the wrong hole. Ahem. VN8N SGME with, I mean, honestly, like, amazing damage. And to get, like, an HP upgrade will be worth a ton here. Because we could actually use IV Bag, and that would take away the joke that I was going to make. Which is, what the heck are we going to do with IV Bag? But that joke has not been ruined. I repeat, it has not been ruined. This is one of the look, you might be saying, NL, I know you always misrepresent your runs. You make your DPS seem bad when your D is good, but your T is not. Let me tell you, this is one of those times. Damage is good enough to compensate for the fact that our rate of fire is a little bit below average. Definitely this is like more than good enough. We will be desperately looking for HP as well as just about any consumable here. A bomb does some work for us. Some keys could do some work for us. Keys open doors. Keys open doors. As Clip said. No! I found myself... It's like he threw a dodgeball at my center of mass. You know what I'm talking about? You ever play dodgeball in gym class? Somebody throws a dodgeball at your arms, you get out of the way. They throw it at your legs, you jump. They throw it at your head, you duck. They throw it at your chest, you're like, I got nothing. I can't move. It's the greatest technique in dodgeball history. Uh-oh, we got a speed upgrade. So I'm gonna hit you with something weird on this one. I actually think rather than doing a big room, we just leave. Straight up. I don't want to do a big room. We're probably gonna have to do a big room on this floor. But I don't know, something about at least moving forward feels good to me. Very, very rarely will we take pills and feel justified. This is one of those times. When you have 0 HP, 1 spirit heart, it's not that you can't get a negative pill, but the potential positivity of a positive pill is worth way more. There is a tinted rock. It's quite far away. But, you know, it does represent maybe like our first opportunity to get ourselves out of this mess, so... Oh, or we could just get a spirit heart, like, out of a chest. That would also work fine. Because, like, dude, I gotta tell you, the theme of, like, the last few streaks has been, like, getting really good starts. Like, getting so many good starts that we were never really in danger. Until we were. This one, so far, sometimes due to a lack of positive play on my own behalf, but there's been a lot of situations already, like, even in the last 3 videos or so, where, like, the runs have been amazingly good on offense, but the HP hasn't gotten there fast enough. And we find ourselves in a delicate spot, you know, and I would say that describes pretty much... Oh, crap. That describes where we're at right now. There's a lot of deals with the devil that could really help us out. There's a lot of boss items that could really help us out. That's not really one of them. Nor is that. Now, it would be sick to get Succubus, don't get me wrong. It's just, sadly, not really in the cards for us, but that's okay. We'll be moving onwards here. HP, I mean, we're just focused on the fact that it's abundant. You know, we in all likelihood, will be able to get some HP relatively soon and not have to worry about things so much. That's an amazing trinket, dude. I mean, there's so many different sources of HP. We can get a bunch of spirit hearts. We can get items that give us spirit hearts. We can get tinted rocks. We can just get it as a random payout from chests. We can buy it from shops. We can get HP upgrades from our item room. We can get HP upgrades from mini bosses. We can get HP upgrades from any varietal of domicile. Sadly, though, I don't think we can afford to take... oh, just run. I don't think we can afford to take BBF. We don't know this, right? We don't know it. Okay. I mean, it's a little cursed, dude. Honestly, like, most of the time I would say this is probably not worth it. But I think we're going to come in here. We were really hoping to buy a Spirit Heart. With no Spirit Heart for sale, I'm going to buy a card. Honestly, if the Deal with the Devil's still open, which it probably won't be, we could use this to get Succubus, which would actually be a huge payout, but I doubt it will be, and it isn't, but so be it. So be it. We're still doing good stuff. We're still, you know, I mean, I think we're playing this roughly the way we're supposed to be playing it. Just a little surprised at the lack of HP, really. And, I mean, honestly, a lot of it comes down to just having a lack of, like, every consumable. So I absolutely hate this room. I think it's one of the most devastating rooms you could get right here. Our damage being good helps a ton. As it always would, but this is actually, like, surprisingly spiced. We could very quickly hit a point where it's not really that bad at all. Especially, like, I can't stress enough. This trinket is worth more than, like, your average 5 items in Isaac put together. I stand by that. Would I rather have 5 item rooms or Nose Goblin? I would rather have 5 item rooms. But Nose Goblin is probably better than if you took 5 random items from this game and put them together. I stand by it. I sincerely do. There's a lot of useless items and a lot of only mildly useful items in this game. I think we'd all agree on that. Very, very scary. Very scary moments here. Every enemy we knock out just simplifies the rest of our lives. Very nice. We're not getting hit now. So I'm not taking Little Hushy yet, because if we could get a reroll, that reroll would be worth a lot. We definitely want this. We now also have the ability to reroll Little Hushy. That's probably a secret room right here. So if I could just get... and we can take care of some of these, but... If I could get maybe Mr. Green Man. Nope. Alright. I want to see... it's the most cursed start to a room you could ever imagine, dude! Immediately, I was like, there's no way out for me. I should have just tried to sneak between them, but... I want to see what we get from our deal with the devil angel chance here, etc., etc. Although, I'm like, with 2 Spirit Hearts... There is a chance this all goes totally wrong, but no, this guy's not so bad. Strength is like, it's exactly what you want here. I apologize for all the Isaac discussion we're having here, but it is one of those times that was very spooky. It is one of those times where it's warranted. I'm only mad because like a single HP upgrade would allow us to sneak into banter territory. Just a single HP upgrade. That's it. That's it. Look at the compound interest on the boogers. We're so close. Just make a move at the start of it. It's like fighting Gertie. I mean, yeah, Gertie. That's what Gertie looks like. In my head. No deal. And it's a caffeine pill. I was just going to say, if it's a Tears upgrade, I forgive you. Otherwise, I do not forgive you because it's just getting a little silly. That we, you know, for 8 minutes and 3 floors, we've had IV bag, but we have not had any HP or, you know, I mean, we've got a great trinket for IV bag to work with. We just can't really work with it. That's not good at all, and that is not good at all. Okay, so would we have been better off with Little Hushy? Yes, but only briefly. Like, I mean, only like very, very modestly. It's not a very good item. I cannot believe that we are 3 floors deep, we have 1.5 Spirit Hearts, and we have, like, no consumables. Like, we can't even do the boss trap room because it requires a bomb. It's a little nuts, honestly, that, like, this is where we stand. This is now, like, you know, we've gone down the pachinko machine, and we're about to hit on a negative jackpot. We're about to hit, like, lose your life savings. Which, you know, doesn't exist on most pachinko machines, slot machines, etc., but, you know, for the purposes of this metaphor, I need it to, so... Alright. Now, the flip side of this is very good. Our offense is actually amazing right now. Like 9 rate of fire, 6.7 damage, and, you know, booger tears. Very, very positive. Okay, I stand by that as being a good thing for sure. I was gonna use my key to open the golden chest. Now that it would require us to beat 2 bosses and use our only key. Like, it was already gonna be a bit of a lark to begin with, but that would take it to, like, irresponsible status, I think. Celtic Cross is not, like, it doesn't solve all of our problems. But, you know, it's like somebody giving you, like, a candy bar when you're starving. You know, it'll at least give us a little bit of hope, a little bit of satiety moving forward. It's not gonna, you know, be slow digesting like a low, you know, GI quinoa blend or something like that, or like an acai bowl. But, you know, if we need a little bit in a pinch, it might keep us alive. But we dare not banter yet. We're not at that level yet. We're not at the level where banter makes any sense. My God. It's so bad. I feel like I'm being trolled. Just a little bit, because, like, I do love a glass cannon run, but I can't help but feel like maybe the game's being a little bit... Oh, we want to kill Larry Jr. last. No, get out of the way of my bullets, you jerk. Okay, no, it still gave us the Spirit Heart. All is forgiven. That's very precious. It's very precious for us. Well, honestly, the strength card is in kind of a weird spot right now. Because we really don't have any desire... I mean, we have a desire to use it, but we know that we're going to get a deal with the Angel on this floor because we already saw the deal, you know? Okay. I would go ahead and say that's just about the worst payout you could ever expect, especially when you have so few bombs and keys that every single one of them is, you know, considered precious. To use one of each and come away with Wiggle Worm, consider it modestly disrespectful, without a doubt. I thought we were working together for entertainment purposes. I didn't realize it's a one-man show, like track 6 off of the Polyphonic Spree's 2004 album. I believe that's the self-titled. I believe that one's the self-titled. Okay, you gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta be 2,000 places at once. What a dodge. What a dodge. Very happy that my nose goblin tier actually managed to transition to another enemy there. Dude, that was pretty good. Okay, we're moving. I beg you. Nose Goblin does insanely good here. But I beg you for an HP upgrade. Oh my God, would an HP upgrade hit the spot right now? Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh my God, we did it. I don't really want to fight you for it. There we go. You know why I love this is because we can actually get an arcade out of this now, and maybe now IV Bag can start to do some good stuff for us, and before you know it, like, we're off to the races. So, I mean, if you gave me the choice, I would always rather have, and this is like anti-streak technology, but it's the honest to goodness truth. I would always rather have a run with high DPS, low HP, because the HP, it tends to get there, and it's just more fun to play it like that, to be honest with you. But this one was a little egregious in the early game, but now we're doing well. How am I doing today? I'm doing well, thank you for asking. This is actually the 3rd Isaac video I'm doing today, and it's only 11:23 a.m. Ooh, that's tempting, but this should tell you how much I like the booger tears, dude. Now, that's not to say that that's that productive, but it's pretty productive for also having a 22-day-old child. So I'm pretty stoked. I feel like I'm kind of knocking it out of the park today. Now, just like a Diane Keaton Jack Nicholson, Amanda Peet, Keanu Reeves movie. Something's got to give. So what's given? Unfortunately, it's sleep. Again, didn't really have the best snooze last night, but I stand by my opinion that you can every now and then. I'm a big believer in sleep. But I think you can trade half of one night's sleep for another resource and be okay. Like Catan style. Don't get me wrong, maybe there's only one ore hex on the board. But, you know, if you need wood in order to get something done, maybe you need to build a road to cut off somebody from getting to a hex that you want to build on, then, you know, you maybe trade at what you consider to be a disproportionate trade, but because it allows you to get a disproportionate build, you accept that as the arbitrage that's necessary in that moment. Wouldn't you agree, Zach? Okay, this is interesting. It's very interesting indeed. Two of these. What do we want? See, they're really tempting me. They're making me some good offers. One Joker and a Two of Hearts. Well, the Two of Hearts is an interesting prospect. I think we Joker right away. And the strength is actually not beneficial there. So we're happy with this. Now it does suck to lose HP because we were doing good stuff with IV Bag, but is absolutely worth it to get Little Brim, I think. And let's be honest, you know, 1 HP is something we got good leverage out of, but we need a little more. We need a little more. I would say at this point, that's our trade-off. We go back to Maggie's Faith, we're going to get some HP. It's a little too late to make it really work. Like we're not going to use, because let me put it this way. We're only going to get one more shop in all likelihood, unless for the first time in 200 episodes, we just randomly decide to fight Hush because we forgot it kind of stinks. Look, I'm saying it. Hunger Games, no thanks. I'm still full. But anyway, we're not going to be able to leverage the IV bag for a bunch of money that's going to give us a bunch of rewards, but I'll take it. I still think there is a reason for it. You know, I think we need the HP, especially considering we got to deal with the Devil Precedent now. This will help us out. Let's just leave it at that. Now, I think on this run, I think there is a Galaxy Brain way to kill yourself while appearing to be good at the game. Because our rate of fire decreased when we took triple shot, the temptation might be to take the cancer trinket. I'm choosing to stay away from that line of reasoning. Just because I think that having red hearts right now is what we need in order. Well, I guess we can't really use IV bag anymore, unfortunately, but I think that having red hearts right now is what we need for this run to really pop. We've had to make some decisions, and you know, the great thing about Isaac is that, you know, there's more than one right answer. It's like writing an essay in English class, right? It's less about what you're saying and more about how you're saying it. Which, to be honest, I think that sort of educational style might be part of the reason we found ourselves in in this mess as a society. Lots of people saying really terrible things, horrible things, but they're saying it with a veil of intellectualism and also, what's sadly important to people above all else, a degree of civility. That I think that, you know, it short circuits our 10th grade English class brains, and they go, well, you know, he is saying some stuff that, I mean, it strikes me as being kind of scary, but at the same time, he's using semicolons, so he must know what he's talking about. But anyway, I'm going to use it as a metaphor that works well for us here regardless. There's more than one way to eat a Reese's on this run. Especially as our spirit hearts sort of... I thought that would get the secret room. It probably would still, but am I willing to use a bomb? I'm undecided. I do want to get out of boss rush, like go into boss rush, take an item, and steal ourselves away. This is probably our... Or we're getting closer to our boss room anyway. Either way. I think you could do some really good stuff on this run. With any combination of trinkets that we've already seen. This is just the one that we're choosing to roll with for now. And I do stand by it temporarily, but if we die, then, you know, I'll be the bigger man and admit that we made a mistake. I knew it. I knew it. So now, we actually would love to see a replacement spacebar item. IV bag. It didn't do nothing for us, but it didn't do much. And that's not necessarily entirely its fault. I don't know, man. Like, is it... I think that maybe it's still better than the boomerang. I could conceive of a world in which it's better for us than the boomerang, but... maybe we can get a Perthrow rune or something in our near future. You knew it was coming. You know what? To get a luck upgrade out of it, it's more than I deserve for taking damage there, at least. No thank you. I'll tell you, I don't think it's a dice room, but I would be open to re-rolling this whole run. I gotta think about that one. I don't think we want it because our speed... oh, it is a dice room. I don't think we want it because our speed is already good. And we got the leverage to reroll here, especially because money means nothing to us. Dude, I'm just going to tell you straight up. Rune Bag is pretty close to as good as it gets for item room items. I think that just because it doesn't make a big red beam shoot out of your head or give you like a super sharp Ginsu knife or something like that, the expectation is like, oh, this isn't that game-changing. I very much disagree. A Yera rune at the right time, a Perthrow rune, an Algiz rune, a Dagaz rune. The runes that remind us of the good times, and the runes that remind us of the best times. I'll tell you something. I'm still happy that we took Maggie's Faith. This is kind of like the least useful that Maggie's Faith is ever going to be for us, right? Like, it's only going to appear stronger over time. But I do miss out on some of the DPS we had with Nose Goblin. Like, it was doing some good work. That being said, I think we're going to get there. I think we're going to get there. Yeah, I mean, again, dude, this has been one of the best runs for trinkets in recent memory. Usually, you know, there's like 3 trinkets we find ourselves getting, and we're like, you know, this is what I'm gonna take. We don't even need to think about it. This run has been very different. Like, I've actually found myself being like, you know what? Maybe we want to think this one through. I can't help but feel like this is how the system was kind of designed to work in the first place. Okay, it's unfortunate, but also is what it is. This is probably the last Isaac I'm gonna record today. Sorry, I should have played that for laughs. This is probably the last Isaac I'm gonna record today. So, I just to be 100% with you, feel like I haven't been playing at my best. To leave this one with a win, like, or with the streak intact, is worth a lot to me. I guess I was wrong earlier when I said we're not dealing with you know, borrowed time on the streak. Turns out, still a little bit addled by the I mean, deservedly life-changing impact of you know, welcoming a human being into the world. We're gonna get there, though. I'm still waiting for my dad's strength to come in. I'm hoping, like, as the beard gets longer, the dad's strength will come in. I will admit, I'm taking up the advantage of the situation, you know? My wife's distracted. It's like when you got a substitute teacher. Quick, grow a beard. My wife does not really like the beard, but what I'm hoping is that maybe, like, the rush of mom hormones that are coming in are gonna change her preferences. And when she sees it, she's gonna be like, you know what? When you were well-groomed, I thought that's what I wanted. But actually, what I wanted was you when you look a little more slovenly. And if I could just get that to work, oh man, then I'm in the clear. We're going on the all McDonald's diet immediately. You might be saying there's no way it would work. But on the other hand, what if it did? We haven't missed any item rooms. No. Okay, so the black rune. There we go. We want to be on a half heart just in case. I don't think it's going to become relevant, but just in case. We got a 100% deal with the devil chance, which really makes black rune quite advantageous. Man, I am awash in relatively unsafe runs lately. But we're going to have 3 HP now. We're going to have 4 HP on the next... No, 2 floors from now, because we're already tapped out on the Eternal Heart. There's 2 of you? This is getting out of hand? Now that's a dodge. Let's go. Algiz is still good, too. Honestly, just use it... Like, it might not be that prudent to use it immediately, but I could easily see myself having taken damage on that room, so I'm not sweating it. I think with time, we will look back on this run and this decision to take Maggie's Faith as one of the smartest things I've ever done in Isaac. Maybe that's a little bit over the top, but I don't know. I'm trying to shield myself from the slings and arrows of the Isaac community. I really think you couldn't go wrong with it either way, but we're spoiled for choice. Alright. It's also like fighting twin Lokis is like, it's a dream come true. It's like getting to play the winner of the NFC East in the first round of the playoffs. So genuinely what happened there, we actually just don't want that. See ya. Is that I said, you know what? I'm not sure I've had a joke over the course of this entire episode. We've had a lot of banter, maybe a little bit light on the joke front. So I thought to myself, you know, deploy emergency joke. And that's what I got. I don't follow football. That being said, I consider myself a die-hard Seahawks fan. That's not true. I mean, it's true that I don't follow football. I'm not a die-hard Seahawks fan, though. I'm a die-easy Seahawks fan. I support the idea of the Seattle Seahawks. Why? Well, because they're the closest team to me geographically speaking. And I will say, you know, I know the Seahawks have some kind of reputation. I don't know, every football team's got a reputation. What's the Seahawks' reputation? They're like a dirty team, something like that. I do want to say, don't be mad at me that the dirty team plays close to, you know, where I live. I already said, remember we were talking about the Houston Astros earlier? I said, you know, the sins of the team do not necessarily pass to the fan. Unless the fan chooses to adopt those sins, which a lot of people on Twitter do choose to do. Otherwise, you're not responsible for that. Okay, hold on. Just hold on here. Skirt. You may hear a little baby action. To my ears, that sounds like the sound of a baby that has nursed, but needs a little bit of a top off. Ma'am, can I get you another? You know what? It's finally happened. I think we do. Oh, hold on. There's great plays here. You do this. You drop Yera out here so it doesn't get sucked. Then you use the black rune. Get yourself a little extra luck upgrade. Do not fear the baby. The baby is supervised as we speak. They're under control. There's a 3-minute window where, like, you know what the baby needs. You know why I'm here. But it is not possible to assuage the crying because you got to warm up the bottle. We got all sorts of futuristic technology. Bottle sterilizers, bottle warmers, a diaper changing robot. I'm joking. I thought maybe I could slip that one in. Self-cleaning Bluetooth diaper, a smart diaper, Apple's proprietary iDiaper. We must be getting close, though, right? Like, to the... I know I talked about a smart diaper before. Honestly, that was newborn naivete. There's no need for a smart diaper, like a diaper that tells you when your newborn is pooped. I'm not saying the market wouldn't support it, because it wouldn't surprise me if it did, because new parents, and especially expecting parents, you know, us included, you know, we're very susceptible to buying, you know, if there's an article online that's like, you must have this in order to keep your baby safe, you know, I'll be like, I'll take 10. You know, we get preyed upon a little bit, but there's no need for a smart diaper that tells you when your baby poops or pees, because when your baby is a newborn, they are always pooping or peeing. It might as well be the same as like a smart device that tells you when water is wet, because it's just going to be like Ubisoft DRM. It's going to be always on. However, what about, hear me out here, a smart diaper that analyzes the composition of your baby's poo? How would it do this? I don't know, surely there's like a quick reaction test, like, you know, like a litmus test that tests for the presence of certain elements in the bowel movement. So you hook up your smart diaper, and then it goes like, baby's poo, optimal. And you're like, that's awesome. And then it goes, uh-oh, baby stinky diarrhea. And you go, oh no! Can I, let's get a clearer soundbite of that? Okay, alright. This is my producer talking to me. Uh-oh, baby stinky diarrhea. Maybe, how about with more of like a menacing take? Okay, a menacing robot, alright. Well, robots are not menacing when they're angry. Robots are menacing in their clinical and sterile malevolence. Because it's like they don't actually... Because like when a serial killer in a movie or something like that, when they're evil, you're like they're ruled exclusively by emotion. It almost makes them weaker, in a sense. Not to say not dangerous. But when a robot is scary in a movie, you know there's no reasoning with them. Because they're like, you know, my programming has dictated. For the good of society, you must be eliminated. You know? It's like it's a Dr. Manhattan, Ozymandias sort of thing. Uh-oh, baby poopy, diarrhea, must eliminate. Okay, well, I don't know. I threw in a little extra sauce there. Shouldn't... It's not fair. Shouldn't have done it. Massaging the vote. Your Honor, my joke was just built different. I'm not trying to be negative because this run is actually, like, it's totally fine. But it's crazy that we started with, like, 6.07 damage. We're on the Cathedral with 6.74. Like, it's not like the run is bad. But you would have expected, like, a slightly better upscaling of your damage. I'm choosing not to count triple shot, by the way. I don't think triple shot should count as an upscaling. Because, for the most part, the extra damage you get out of it is just, is unexpected. It's a bonus, if you will. But I'll tell ya, I think that this Maggie's Faith decision is all of a sudden starting to look mighty nice. Wouldn't you agree? That was not a good place to stand. Yeah, just shoot your bomb out of there while taking damage simultaneously. Let me know how that works out for you. I thought we were gonna make it out of there. Anyway, with the Yera rune, we should be fine. I will say, if we wanted to be cool gamer guys... which is all I've ever wanted. But if we wanted to be cool gamer guys, we could use the Yera Or we could save the Yera and hope that Runebag pays out with a second Yera. And then instead of... I mean, the upside of it is pretty clear. You go from 4 items to 8 to 16. So basically, every Yera rune is worth like an extra doubling of items, obviously. On the other hand, there's no guarantee we get it. It would be insanely lucky if it paid out early. We might have to go through the whole floor. And, you know, having 8 extra items for the final boss might not be as valuable as having, you know, 4 extra items for the whole floor. And I mean, I don't know, why am I speaking analytically about Isaac like some kind of Poindexter? Carried 3-3 repeating, of course, you know? Less raid boss, more Leroy Jenkins. All right, chums, let's do this. Leroy! I'm bringing back all the ancient memes, or at least I'm trying to bring them back. Okay, I mean, these are some very good items. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It sucks. Just kidding. It's good. It's pretty good. Even this is pretty good. This, you know, is good, but I think we'd rather have Shoop the Whoop. But I can't deny that it is good. This summer, it is good. You guys been to the movies lately? Just check. I don't know, man. I don't know. 2020's been a real test of anecdote survivability. If you can run a long-running series like this in 2020 without the ability to leave your house and go outside, I honestly think you could talk about anything ever for the rest of time. I don't know what other jobs that qualifies me for. However, hopefully, we never have to know. That's kind of my hope, is that this whole, like, YouTube thing doesn't have to last forever. If it could just last long enough that I could be, like, you know, 60. Because I'm telling you, I don't see this YouTube thing lasting for the rest of my life. I think that every extra year we get is kind of like a blessing. But if this site goes down when I'm 40, I'm in a lot of trouble. That's an awkward age, you know? I still think, you know, it's young enough, especially in it'll be 32. I don't know, wait a minute. 28. I can't do math, apparently, so that disqualifies me from a lot of jobs. No, it won't be 2020. Really? 2028, huh? How about that? It seems so soon. That can't be right. Let's just say it's 2050. Either way, you know, 40 is kind of an awkward time for a YouTuber to be looking for another job, right? At 30, you could be like, I'll just become a real estate agent. At 40, though, you're kind of like, I should have doubled that, for sure. Well, I don't know. That's kind of like, I don't want to push that rhetoric that it's ever too late to start again. Hopefully it won't be an issue. I don't know how we got ourselves on this topic to begin with. I'm just saying. How do you become an angel investor? Like, that seems like a pretty sweet job. I'm pretty sure you need to have founded, like, some kind of San Francisco startup, you know, way back in the day that was like, we're gonna revolutionize the way people eat hot dogs. And then, like, some other investor gives you, like, $75 million for your new hot dog panini press invention. And then you go, we're selling the company, I retire. And then you become an angel investor. If I could just skip that first step and just, like, be one of those guys who's like, hey, I was an early investor in Uber. Like, that's kind of like my dream job. Anytime I see someone's Twitter profile and it's like, I was an early investor in Lyft, I'm like, how do I get into that, dude? That sounds like a sick gig. I don't want to do all the legwork in advance. I would probably be one of those guys, though. I'd be like, you know, bought into MySpace in 2015. And I'd be like, it's a deal. It's a known quantity. It has name brand recognition. We should double and open, I think, dude. All right, I'll take it. I think our HP is fine, by the way, but I've been taking hits, but most of the hits shouldn't count as hits. Because we got, what's it called? Holy Mantle. What's it called? The Northernlion story. Anyway, I'm mostly, like, let's be honest, we're just kind of waiting for this to end. This one is now, it's clear, we did the work that had to be done, and now we sit back and reap the profits. And all of the adoration that comes with having a 5-win streak in Isaac. Oh, baby. Is it possible to learn this power? Not from a Jedi. There's a lot of dream jobs out there that are hard to get into. What about being the guy who painted the mural on Facebook's headquarters, and Mark Zuckerberg was like, I'll give you $2,500 or like 1% of the company's shares? And he was like, I'll take the shares. And then he's worth like, you know, what the heck? Did you see the slowdown there? Or did my brain just buffer? That seems like a pretty sick gig. Or what about like just winning the Powerball lottery? That's another one that's like pretty good. How do you get into that one? Do you have to know somebody? Like McMillions? Edmund McMillions? What is Edmund McMillions? That's the one. That's not a joke about Ed having wealth. That's a joke about, it's like, but there's a category in Jeopardy that shows up sometimes that's like before and after, and you combine two different known properties, one of which is Edmund McMillan, the other one is the documentary McMillions about the McDonald's Monopoly game that was fixed from the inside out. Hey, anyway, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!